Namaskar. I am Dr. Soma Sen Roy, weather forecaster at India Meteorological Department, and I will be talking about the weekly weather review for the last 1 week, which is 1st to 7th July 2021, as well as outlook for the next 2 weeks up to 22nd July 2021. If we see the major weather systems during the week 1st to 7th July 2021, the yellow dashed line indicates the position of a east-west trough. If you see, most of the week, this trough at mean sea level was in the foothills of the Himalayas. From 6th, this trough has moved southwards, the eastern end, and this is a very favorable sign for monsoon revival over the Indian mainland region. The other important phenomenon during the last 1 week was the prevalence of two western disturbances. The first during 1st to 4th July and the second from 5th to 7th July. The western part of India was affected by these western disturbances and their interaction with the weak moisture reaching northwest India along the trough. The third important weather system during the last week was a north-south oriented trough along East India, which was very significantly responsible for pushing strong moisture-laden winds in the low levels from the Bay of Bengal into northeast India, because of which we got very heavy to extremely heavy rainfall over this region. The other important phenomenon during the last week was the presence of a north-south trough in the lower levels over peninsular India. This north-south trough and on some days a cyclonic circulation over Sri Lanka region helped in bringing a lot of rainfall over peninsular India during the last 1 week. What is not shown in this figure is an east north-south oriented ridge along the western India region in the afternoon hours. The prevalence of this ridge prevented the penetration of the easterlies into West India, and we had high temperatures over West India during the last 1 week, leading to heat wave conditions. If we see the status of southwest monsoon, large-scale factors such as Madden-Julian oscillation were unfavorable for occurrence of large-scale active monsoon conditions over the Indian subcontinent. The second factor, low pressure system did not form during the last week over the Bay of Bengal. This also prevented revival of monsoon, and the east-west oriented ridge position, which were over the West Indian subcontinent, was south of its normal position. This also prevented the penetration of easterlies into West India. Hence, the monsoon advance continues to be in hiatus since 19 June. This is showing the cloud picture animation from our INSAT 3D satellite. You will note that the black colored region indicates no rainfall, no cloud zone. So what I was talking to you about, the north-south oriented ridge and the upper level east-west oriented ridge over this region prevented any penetration of moisture or cloud formation over the region where monsoon had not advanced till now. If you see the actual rainfall, you will note that the most significant rainfall happened mostly along the East India, East Peninsular India, and Tamil Nadu. So this pattern of rainfall, where the highest rainfall happens in the Northeast Indian region and close to the foothills, is typical of break monsoon conditions. However, since monsoon has not advanced yet, we can only say break-like conditions prevailed over the entire Indian region. If we see the major rainfall events, this is highlighting the extremely heavy and very heavy rainfall. If you note, it has all happened over Northeast India. The states of Assam, Meghalaya, Bihar, that to the northern parts of Bihar, Sub-Himalayan West Bengal, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, Tripura. These are the regions that received the most extreme rainfall episodes. So the rivers over Nepal are in full flood, which is a very worrying fact for people living in the hilly terrain of Northeast India. If you see the actual major rainfall amounts, on 1st July reported rainfall highest was in Assam Meghalaya. Bagimara reported 15 centimeter rainfall, whereas Tripura reported 18 centimeter rainfall, Vishalgarh. On 2nd July, Cherrapunji reported 10 centimeter, whereas Bihar reported 20 centimeter rainfall. So it is all over North uh, Bihar, North East Uttar Pradesh, and again Assam, Meghalaya, and Sub-Himalayan West Bengal. If you see 3rd of July, the highest rainfall was in Sub-Himalayan West Bengal, Baksaduar reported 17 centimeter, and Bihar reported, Birpur reported 8 centimeter. 4th July, Assam reported Meghalaya reported the highest rainfall. Cherrapunji reported 28 centimeter rainfall. And 5th July, highest rainfall is again the rainfall amount had decreased somewhat. Mosin Ram reported 12 centimeter rainfall. 6th July, again rainfall is not very high, Baksadwar only 12 centimeter. However, on 17th, again, 7th July, again the rainfall has picked up. Bhalukpong in Arunachal Pradesh has reported 17 centimeter rainfall. If you see 7th and 8th July, rather from 5th onwards, the rainfall is gradually picking up over South Peninsula also. If you see the subdivisional rainfall map during the last 1 week, which is the figure to the left, you will note that the rainfall has, as I had explained, has been weekly cumulative rainfall over coastal Andhra Pradesh, Rayalaseema, and Tamil Nadu has been above normal, whereas rest of India, most of the other parts of India is below normal or largely deficient during the last one. Of course, Telangana got normal rainfall, Bengal, Bihar, and Arunachal Pradesh got above normal rainfall. Despite the instances of extremely heavy rainfall over Assam, uh, the rainfall was on a whole deficient over that region. If we see the season, which starts from 1st of June, because of the good rainfall during the month of June, we see that most of the country is still under normal temperatures except West and Northwest India, which on an average has shown deficient rainfall during this period. If you see the actual rainfall characteristics, you will note that after 21st of June, the rainfall, or rather from 20th, after 20th of June, the rainfall has been below normal over the entire country. In fact, if we see the rainfall statistics for uh, the season as a whole, a country as a whole is currently under -5% departure. Northwest India is showing the highest departure, which is -16%. This is exactly what was reflected in the previous slide. If you see the last 2 weeks, it is exactly matching with the first figure. That means the last 2 weeks departure has been severely below normal, and especially last week, which is 1st to 7th, has been -46% departure over the country. During this weak monsoon spell, we have noted that rainfall has been above normal or normal in the northeastern states and foothills of the Himalayas, as I mentioned. And this revival, like I'll show you in the subsequent slides, is likely to happen from today and further on during the coming 2 weeks. This has impacted agriculture operations like sowing, transplantation, irrigation scheduling, power requirement, especially when you are using tube wells or over northwest India on account of heat wave conditions. Power consumption has really shot up. Uh, the early sown crops will require protective irrigation to conserve soil moisture. Like I told you, temperatures have been above normal during the last 1 week. This is indicating 1st to 7th July maximum temperatures. You can note that 40 to above 40 degrees Celsius temperatures prevailed over most of northwest India during this particular week. If you see in terms of maximum temperature anomalies, positive anomalies are seen over the entire western India. Like I told you, in the lower levels, there was a north-south ridge which prevented penetration of easterlies into this region, and temperatures were high. So the highest maximum temperature during the last week was recorded at Ganganagar, West Rajasthan on 7th July, and the lowest minimum temperature was recorded at Sioni, East Madhya Pradesh on 3rd of July. On account of these high temperatures and wherever there was any penetration of moisture, thunderstorms were severe and they were accompanied by strong winds, and in some places, especially over the hills, there have been reports of hailstorms also. However, over the plains, it was noted by strong winds, surface winds, downdrafts associated with thunderstorms. If we see the current synoptic features and forecast as on 8th July, which is today, the trough of mean sea level, like I told you, which was in the foothills of the Himalayas up to 5th of July, continues to be in the Bay of Bengal. And a very nice fact that has come up is a low pressure has started to form in the Bay of Bengal, North Bay of Bengal, off the Orissa West Bengal coast. This is likely to form on 11th July. However, the associated cyclonic circulation is already there. Other than this particular cyclonic circulation, there are other cyclonic circulations, especially over East Uttar Pradesh and also over southwest Rajasthan and another over northwest Pakistan. The forecast mean sea level pressure indicates, if you see the picture to the left, it indicates the formation of the low pressure system further to the south, mostly over South Odisha region from 11th. And we also have the associated rainfall and wind flow. If you see, the winds, the if you see, the wind barbs are penetrating into northwest India, associated with the strengthening of the low-level easterlies on account of formation of this particular low pressure system. If you see the Madden-Julian oscillation, the earlier factors were local factors. In terms of the Madden-Julian oscillation, the global factor, it indicates that the MJO is in phase 3, which is a very favorable factor for monsoon revival over the Indian region. Earlier it was in phase 1 and phase 2 and going back to phase 1 again, which was over Western Hemisphere and Africa. But currently it is predicted to be with high amplitude. Different models indicate it is likely to be with high amplitude over the Indian Ocean region. This is another favorable factor for revival of monsoon. So we are expecting revival of monsoon over south and east central India from 8th July and over northwest and central India from 10th July. Because of this revival of the monsoon, we are expecting the country will be covered with the monsoon flow. The monsoon line will be advancing and covering the entire country within this coming week. However, ahead of this northern limit of monsoon, we expect moderate to severe thunderstorms as the moist winds are coming into the heated land. These thunderstorms are likely to be accompanied by frequent cloud to ground lightning over the plains of north and central India. This is likely to be accompanied by cloud to ground lightning, and this lightning can cause death and damages to people working in fields. So people have to be cautious about it. If you see the weather warning for the next 5 days, like I told you, this is indicating, the orange colors are indicating where heavy to very heavy rainfall is predicted. You can see with the formation and likely northwestward movement along the monsoon trough of this particular low pressure system. We are expecting central India, eastern India, and also western India, northwest India to receive heavy rainfall during the coming 5 days. You can already see that compared to yesterday, the clouding has penetrated further into western UP today, and by tomorrow we expect the rainfall to pick up over Delhi and further over Haryana. This is the extended range forecast. The extended range forecast indicates, like I told you, the monsoon trough will be far south of its normal position, because of which we are expecting the monsoon winds, strong southeasterlies will be penetrating into the dry northwest India. Week 2, we are expecting slight reduction, but nevertheless it will still be strong enough that the monsoon flow will be covering the entire country even in week 2. This is the picture of the forecast rainfall. It indicates that week 2, in fact, there will be more rain compared to the normal than as compared to week 1, which indicates that although moist rainfall will start in week 1, week 2 will be even more favorable. And the southwest monsoon winds over the Arabian Sea close to the west peninsular coast are likely to strengthen. And because of that, if you see on both week 1 and week 2, we expect the rainfall to be much above normal over these regions, and extremely heavy rainfall is likely towards the end of this week and subsequently over the west coast. Simultaneously, we expect heavy to very heavy rainfall over Uttarakhand and very heavy rainfall over Uttarakhand and heavy rainfall throughout the plains of North India associated with the low pressure system during this coming week. In week 2, southwest monsoon is likely to continue to be in active phase, because of which active monsoon conditions will result in normal to above normal rainfall activity throughout the plains of northwest India, central, east India and south peninsula. Below normal rainfall activity is likely over West Himalayan region and northeastern states. This is the normal pattern of active monsoon conditions. Like I said earlier, during break or weak monsoon conditions, the reverse happens and Western Himalayan region and northeastern states get the greater amount of rainfall. If you see the temperature forecast for 2 weeks, you see that the temperatures during the first week, though they continue to be above normal, will be going down a lot during the subsequent period. So we can expect cloudy skies, pleasant atmosphere during the coming second week. This is exactly what is mentioned in this, and no heat wave conditions are, some heat wave conditions are likely during this week, especially today and tomorrow, but subsequently during this latter part of this week and next week, we do not expect any heat wave conditions, large scale heat wave conditions over the country. So please visit our Mausam website, mausam.imd.gov.in. Follow us on Twitter. We are available. Follow us on Instagram. Our blogs are available at imdweather1875.wordpress.com. And I will leave you with this final slide, which indicates the heavy rainfall related warning for central India, peninsular India and Uttarakhand. So please be informed, take action accordingly, especially over the hilly terrains. Like I said, Uttarakhand will continue to get heavy to very heavy rainfall, although the rest of northwest Himalayas as well as northeast India may not. So there is likelihood of landslides, mudslides over Uttarakhand during this coming week. And over the plains, we expect traffic congestion and waterlogging problems to happen. Please be informed, keep yourselves informed through our various websites, as I mentioned earlier, and hope you have a good week ahead. Thank you.